Here's 3 variations on the classic Van Halen style single string tapped arpeggio. Check it out. So let's check out this single string arpeggio on the high E string. We're going to start by fretting strings 5 and 8 with your left hand, and we're going to tap the 12th fret with your right hand index finger. Now, some guys prefer to tap with their middle finger. I'm going to show everything in this tutorial here with the index finger. And then we're not going to be doing any picking, so we won't even need a pick. But what do you do in the event that you are tapping, going back to some pick playing or playing with the pick, normal rhythm and lead guitar, and then you want to tap a few notes? Well, you got to do something with the pick. So I cup it my middle finger kind of in the crook like that, and then that frees up my index finger to tap. Okay, so that's my little secret in how to do that. Other guys might just keep the pick between the index finger and thumb and then tap with the middle finger. You can do that too, okay? Another thing too, let's anchor the thumb on the side of the neck, the upper part. So having said that, let's go ahead and fret those 3 positions I was referring to. Index on the 5th fret, pinky on the 8th, and then we're going to tap the 12. And the first lick we're going to do is like that ubiquitous Van Halen lick that he did in his first album on Eruption. We're going to do it with a different chord though. This one's going to be an A minor arpeggio. The notes in that are A, C, and E. We got A on the 1st string, 5th fret, C on the 8th fret, and then the E on the 12th fret. And our lick's going to go like this. Tap the 12, pull off to the index on the left hand, and then hammer on the pinky to the 8th fret. Now when I tap, you're always going to come down perpendicular to the fretboard, straight down like a hammer, pounding a nail in. And then when I pull off though, you can either pull off upwards like this, make an upwards flicking motion, or you can flick off downwards. Okay, either way is fine, depends what works for you. So sometimes I will go down, sometimes I'll go up. In these examples here, this first series here, we're going to do just an up pull off with the fingers. So the lick goes like this. We're going to do that 4 times. And the trick is, guys, to get that even. If it's uneven, it's not going to sound good, no matter how fast you go. So try to get it even. And it's a triplet, 3 notes per beat. Okay, I do 4 of those. Then I'm going to shift my left hand back a fret, and this implies the E chord, or the E7 chord. And the notes for that are E, G sharp, B would be the root 3rd and 5th, and then D is the 7th. We're going to actually play that D note in a little bit. So now we're on the E chord, frets 4, 7, and 12. Same thing. Give 4 of those. Then we're going to jump up and then do another E7 arpeggio. This time we're at fret 7, 10, still tapping 12. Now it's the B note, the D note on the 1st string, that's the 5th and flat 7th, and then tapping note at the 12th fret is your E, the root note of the E7. Do 4 of those, and then we go back to the first one at the 5th and 8th fret, which is your A minor chord. Okay, so the whole idea goes like this. 4 on the A minor, 4 on the E, 4 on the E7, back to 4 on the A minor, and then we do it again. You do that whole thing a second time, and then when you come back to your A minor, we'll do 4 of them, 3, 4, and then to end it, I'll pull off the pinky note back to the 5th fret on the 1st string for your A, and then there you go. So that's very much like the old Van Halen style of tapping. Now let me show you a couple variations on that. We'll call this one variation B. And this is more like a Randy Rhoads style. Same exact fingers and frets, but we're going to change the sequence. So instead of it being a 3-note sequence, it's going to be a 6-note sequence that goes tap, tap the 12th fret, pull off to the 8, then tap the 12 again, pull off to the 8 again, down to the 5, hammer on back to the 8. So it's a little more involved, but it's still the same notes. It goes 12, 8, 12, pull off to 8, and go 8, 5, 8. So we'll do that sequence twice for the A minor, back a fret twice for E. Now move up to the 7th and 10th fret, twice for the E7, and then back to the A minor for twice. Okay, and then we'll do that whole sequence again. And then end on two of the A minor, and then pull the pinky note off to the 5th fret for your resolving note on the A. And that's the second variation. That's a lot like what Randy Rhoads might have done when he tapped some of his arpeggios. Okay, and then let's see a third variation. This one, we'll call this one variation C. This is like George Lynch, back when he was playing with Dokken. Same notes, guys, but now we're going to start with the 12th fret, pull off to the 5th fret like this, then hammer on the 8, pull off to the 5, hammer on the 8, and then back to the 5. So it goes. And all three of these variations are triplets, so it's 3 notes per beat. Okay, so even though the former one had 6 notes in a sequence, it's really 2 triplets, 2 groups of 3s. Okay, so this one's the same idea. It's a 6-note pattern. So it's then we'll do that twice, then move the left hand back a fret for your E. Up 3 frets to fret 7 and 10, twice. That was your E7, and then back home to the A minor. Okay, and then we'll do that whole sequence again, everything one more time. And then when you come back to your A minor on the last time, we'll do it twice. And we'll just end it on that A, that 5th fret there. There you go. So all those, all 3 variations, guys, are over just an A minor bar chord, and then an E, or E7, and then back to A minor. It's very classical sounding too. So that's, the backing tracks are just playing A minor, E7, and an A minor. There you go. So have fun with that one, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Now let's play it together slowly for practice. Let's try variation A together slowly. We'll do it twice in a row. 1, E, and 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Excellent. Let's do it again. 3E and 4E and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Let's try that with variation B. 1E and 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Right on. Let's do that one again. 3E, 4E. Now let's do variation C. 3E, 4E. Repeat. Right on. Let's do it again for practice. 3E, 4E.